What's up, everybody? It's Jeffrey Lyles. You're listening to Lyles Movie Files. We got a special episode today because for the first time in 51 episodes, the whole gang's here, not just on the podcast, but actually in person, talking at once. So what's up, Chief? How you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Good, and how you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Good. Javon King, what's up?
Using my NPR voice, I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
I'm good. Chase, what's up, little bro?
I am doing well.
We got a lot of stuff to get into, but first off, thank y'all everybody for listening to episode 50. It was a nice run. And then we're going to kick off a brand new set of 50, kicking off with this one. So let's jump right into the first thing that caught my attention. Todd Phillips posted the first bit of news, the first images of Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker, and the results were clownish. Thank you. All right. What did y'all think about this? Because it just looked like a clown. It looked like the dude in Batman Returns, like Penguin's clown goon who was fat and just kind of there and got taken out at the end, or one of those dudes who Joker took out on the rooftop in Dark Knight. What did y'all think about this look? I was not inspired.
It looked like Joaquin Phoenix trying to be Joker. Trying. I'm still not convinced. I think this is a dumb idea no matter what.
All right, Javon, what you think?
You look like the dude to take the trash out of my building.
Chocolate Daddy. Straight Chocolate Daddy.
It really did look like he was trying to look like the earlier version of Heath Ledger's Joker. But it didn't look like, oh, wow, after seeing that, you're really going to want to see this origin movie of Joker that isn't connected to the rest of the DC universe, because there might not even be a DC universe after next week. So, yeah. But I think we're all safe to say we're probably going to pass on that movie.
The Spawn Clown before he gained weight. The Michael J. White. Spawn Clown before he gained weight.
John Leg was
on.
My goodness.
Man, that movie should have been better.
Should have.
It should have been rated R.
It looked good. Like, just looking at the images, it looked straight from the comic, but the movie was...
The soundtrack was fun.
I don't remember the soundtrack.
It was very trip-hop and techno if you were into that.
Oh.
There was some Metallica stuff on there.
It was booty cake, man. That was just terrible.
Keeping up with the comic book TV news, Daredevil Season 3 has an official release date on Netflix, October 19th. So it's not a very long break between Iron Fist Season 2 and Daredevil Season 3.
So he's not dead.
Did you not see the real end of
I don't remember the real end.
Defenders?
It's so long ago. Did he wake up?
It was like the post-credit deal.
I probably saw it, but it was one of those things where I was like, okay. And then everything's coming at you so fast now in the off season. I don't know. But it's good to see him back, because he slept through the whole Iron Fist. Yeah.
Slept through Luke Cage too as well.
Yeah. So
Jessica Jones, everybody slept through. So.
Oh.
Boom.
Take it easy, all right?
Yeah.
With good reason, though. All right, so everybody's now seen Iron Fist Season 2.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So I can spoil one thing. So I watched the first 6 episodes of Daredevil Season 3. I got that screener early. And I watched that before Iron Fist. And I was like, there is absolutely no way Iron Fist is going to be any good. Because the cliffhanger on the 6th episode of Daredevil was so good. It was like, I feel bad for Iron Fist. He's going to look terrible. But it was really good. Like, I almost forgot where Daredevil left off. But if the other half of Daredevil is as good as the first 6 that I saw, this is going to be a really good season. Maybe contender for the best Daredevil season yet.
Okay.
That good. And I think we all kind of consider Daredevil to at least be in the top 3 of all the seasons so far. Or like Daredevil. Yeah. This could be the best. So,
without a doubt.
Right. So Jeff Loeb, he's the guy who's running Marvel Netflix. He said he gets asked about a Daughters of the Dragon or Defenders or Power Man and Iron Fist season daily, and
aren't they doing a Misty Night and
it's not planned yet.
Come
so
on.
He says every day he gets asked, what are they doing, Daughters of the Dragon? When are we going to see Colleen and Misty Knight team up?
Right. Shout out to Simone, HU.
The real HU.
Real HU, not the other one. Oh,
Right.
God, that's HI. We don't do HI. Come on, everybody knows what we're talking
Right.
Kind of sound of the bison make. Woo! Shout out.
about. The sound of success. Thank you very much.
The sound of Marvel Netflix money. So yeah.
Or
So
Marvel Disney money is Chad Boswick. Hey,
Right.
Shout out.
damn. So are you guys looking forward to this? Do you want to see Colleen and Misty team up on the show on their own?
Yeah, because every time they do, it actually doesn't look bad, and it's like they're teasing us with it to see how we're gonna react. Now, I see Jason's face, and as if I didn't need to, because even on the podcast when I hear it, it's true. I'm excited.
I don't. Go ahead.
I'm excited about it because why not? And then the fact that okay, cool, she's got her mechanical arm, we're good. We're good, right? It was if they had if they prolonged the mechanical arm situation, or something like that.
Right.
Okay, I do not know. I don't know anything about the comic book Daughters of the Dragon, so that is why I'm not necessarily excited to see.
It's basically what we've been getting.
I mean,
so far.
Iron Fist. They're
teaming up.
Yeah, their team ups in Iron Fist were good, and I don't know any stories that would make it I have to see this other than a limited 6-run episode. Like I said, the actresses are good, but I don't need to see necessarily that show. So, but
All right. Would you rather see Daughters of the Dragon or Jessica Jones season 3?
Daughters of the Dragon.
Wow.
Jessica Jones season 2. As much as everybody likes Jessica Jones, the character, season 2 was an epilogue of season 1, and now you're like, what do we do from here? It's like, do we have Trish become Rogue? That everybody was supposed to like Trish. She was one of the best parts in season 1, but she was horrible in season 2. She was this giant user who just wanted to be better than Jessica Jones.
I like the switch though. Yeah, she was a terrible human being.
Yeah.
She locked my man in a trunk, dude. Come on, man.
She was terrible all
Yeah,
around.
she was the true villain of that season.
She really was the true villain of that season because her mom was just trying to be the mom, right? So
Right.
I don't know. And then she shot her in the head.
Terrible.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Terrible.
So I kind of want to see. Yeah, that's why I'm excited about it.
Could you make Could you make 10 episodes about Trish is a bad guy?
Sure, if Wildcat becomes
Hellcat.
whatever her name is.
Yeah.
There's a comic I didn't read. Come on. But Jessica Jones. I can see how they can make Hellcat a villain and then an anti-villain again or whatever. I mean, look what they're doing with Venom, so I guess they can do something.
Daughters of the Dragon or Jessica Jones. I didn't hate Jessica Jones as much as the rest of you did. I kind of liked the character.
Thank you.
The Daughter of the Dragon. My father used to tell me, you always know what you have, you never know what you're gonna get. So, there's still many, many different directions that Jessica Jones' story can go. I mean, just by making the character bad, puts different paths. It makes she can go straight. She can adversary to Jessica Jones. It could be certain things. But how many episodes? Daughters of the Night. I mean,
It's 10 episodes. They could do what they do for any
I'm
Netflix
just saying,
show.
but as far as I don't know if you can delve that deep into those characters. I don't know if that's I don't know. I mean, I guess it'll be good to see her with the Iron Fist now do her thing.
Mm-hmm.
The White Fist of Justice. So, oops.
That's in real life. I don't know, man. That's a little scary. Bust into black dudes' houses and just shoot them up.
So we'll see how that goes then. But if it came on, would I watch it? Yes, I'll watch all of them. You know what I mean? So, It is what it is. So, yeah.
All right, so Marvel's talking about expanding their TV universe further, talk about a TV series featuring more female characters, and on the Disney streaming service, they're going to have a Loki standalone show and a Scarlet Witch standalone show. What do you think?
Current actors and actresses?
We don't know yet. The rumor,
they're
the
pulling a
assumption is that they're going to be Elizabeth Olsen, Tom Hiddleston. They're going to be doing there. I don't look at their schedule and see that they're too busy. I know Hiddleston likes playing Loki, and regardless of what happens in Avengers 4, he can have a new outlet to do something. Maybe it's a prologue series or whatever. So, and Scarlet Witch probably won't die, and so that'd be a cool way to do something with her. What do you think?
This is going to be on like a pay service.
Yeah, it's going to
Marvel.
be just like DC Universe, but it's going to be the Disney streaming service, which means we get their Star Wars and we get their Marvel stuff and everything else.
No, honestly, you know me, I get marveled out because too much of anything is a bad thing. Like, how much Chipotle can you eat in a week?
Too much.
Right. How much Marvel MCU can you take in? You know, there's just other things to watch.
It just depends on the level of quality. Like if
It's not all,
dropping
but that's the
down,
thing. It's not all going to be good, and that's my problem with it. It's not all going to be good. Like Jessica Jones, like Daredevil, like some people like it. I was like, okay, I'm just ready for it to be over.
They've already
it's
shot
coming.
Season 2 of Punisher 1 was wonderful.
It was coming.
they shot Punisher 2, and
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if they had released any information about Daredevil season 3 until I saw it. I was like, oh, it's done and finished.
Yeah.
So Netflix and Marvel, they shoot their stuff, and nobody really knows. And it's like, oh, when it comes out, it comes out.
Just dropped. Right?
Yeah, like they may have Punisher set to come in December or January.
It'll probably be January, February.
Yeah.
Like,
I would say that.
Well, I mean, they did Iron Fist and Daredevil so close to each other.
Yeah.
And we had Luke Cage.
Well,
What
they
was
needed
that,
to
in
fix the-
March or June?
Right.
Luke Cage was, what,
June,
April?
I think.
June? No, Luke Cage was the summertime. So
It was like
yeah,
June.
so I mean, that wasn't a huge drop from June to August, and
It's
then
good to
August
keep
to
it back to
October.
back
Yeah.
because they didn't get a lot of Defenders ratings or whatever you want to call it, hits, whatever, watchers, views, however you call it nowadays. I'm old. They didn't get a lot of Defenders viewers because of what they screwed up with Iron Fist. Well, they fixed that. So I think they've been rushing to fix things because it's Marvel. They were perfectionists at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Look at their movie studios. Now they're competing within each other in a happy way, not in a detrimental way. So I'm thinking, oh, well, look at Black Panther. Look at Infinity War. Well, we got to fix this. So they're fixing it.
Yeah.
That's
and,
what I see. I mean, that's the way I see it. They're doing these back-to-back.
Right. And Lowe said that there's no news, no updates on Defenders Season 2. Netflix has shut down the Defenders Facebook page, so it has some people worried. But honestly, I never saw those characters as the Defenders. I saw them as 4 street-level characters doing their thing. So I don't care if they're the Defenders. I actually like them teaming up more within the smaller ranks, like Power Man and Iron Fist, Daughters of the Dragon. That's what I think of when I think of those characters. And then maybe they have an episode or two on a Daredevil or Luke Cage where they all come together.
Yeah.
But they don't really need a full dedicated series to put them together.
You know, that was too soon. I mean, as much as I was excited about it, as much as I watched it, I still liked it.
Mm.
Plot could have been better, but I still liked it.
It's like the local Avengers, though. It's like
They had that everybody's come together. You don't need to go back to that well.
Right.
It's like if like, hey, there's some hand in Daredevil 2. I mean, in Daredevil season 3. Get the band back together for 2 or 3 episodes, call it a day. You don't need 10 episodes.
But that's
to
what I
do
was
that.
thinking. I was like, maybe they should have started off with that. Like, you know, let's get it all together. Maybe here in Daredevil 2, and then here again in Luke Cage, right? And Lord knows Iron Fist needed that help.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, Iron Fist, he showed
Like
up
the
much
season
better.
1, I mean.
Yeah.
But season 1 they needed that help. So maybe they should have just done it that way and then do Defenders after this wave. I mean, remember the movie?
Yeah, we had a second
We didn't
movie
see
of Iron
Jack-
Man
yeah,
before we
exactly.
got to Avengers.
Exactly.
So, I don't know. I still don't think they need it. Maybe they could do like a Defender special where it's like a 90-minute movie or something. We get them together without having to go through the whole movie deal. All right. So, anybody else excited about the Loki, Scarlet Witch shows?
Not Loki, but what's got is your old boy alive? Or like, what's happening? Is your brother alive? Like, this is.
They could make it so this is Loki's adventures before everything happens. Like, we could show how he hooked up with Thanos and Chitauri, who he's fighting, that kind of thing.
They have the same characters for the movies. I don't think nobody wants to see a different character. I think it's stupid when we watch the movie and then we watch the Flash universe
Right.
with a different character. You know what I mean? Like, I think that if you're going to make a film, especially if you're coming from the same studio at this point, that you switch your characters. It's too much, and we talked about this earlier, it's too much different shows, different characters, same show type stuff going on. So if that's a character that everybody knows and you want to make a spin-off series, then you need that same character in that spin-off series. I don't want to see, somebody else playing Loki, somebody else playing Scarlet Witch, so on and so forth. I realize at this point in time we're going to lose Captain America. We're probably going to lose Robert Downey Jr. At this point, sometime at this point, and one or two others. I don't know how long the Hulk is going to stay on. Yeah, so
Hulk's new almost.
Yeah, but I don't know if that guy is going to play for much longer.
I think his contract is nearing. I think Chris Hemsworth wants to keep doing them. So like Chris Evans, Robert Downey Jr. to a lesser extent have been like, all right, this has been a great ride. It's time. Like Scarlett Johansson is going to do a solo Black Widow film, so we know she's going to do more. I don't know about Jeremy Renner. I don't know if people are like, yeah, more Hawkeye, please. I don't even know if a Hawkeye show could work.
Why would that work?
I don't know.
Because there's a show called Arrow.
Well,
and there's no point in. I mean, if you go way back in the day, who's still watching whom? I'm sitting here like.
But if it's a Netflix show, that may differ because Arrow is bound by what the studios on regular TV allow. A Netflix Hawkeye show may work just for the simple fact there's no boundaries that it can't do. There's nothing it can't do.
Well, they could also put him as one of those characters on the standalone Disney universe, where we have a Hawkeye season of 6 episodes.
I mean, that's cool. I mean, that's awesome, but that still would be still rated R or whatever you wanted to do with that.
Would rated R Hawkeye really work?
He doesn't have to.
Well, what I'm saying is, as far as the violence, certain cuss words, from a guy saying "golly gee" the shit. You know what I mean? That makes sense in certain situations.
Language.
Right. So you watch certain shows and you be like, yo, you didn't cuss during that situation? You know what I mean? Right. We missed them. Nobody says, darn it, we missed them. Right. You know what I mean? So it could really bring a different level of realism. Watching somebody blow apart. You know what I mean? Versus, you imagine that you just see this explosion and you see Flash fly away. You know what I mean?
I guess another thing is like Hawkeye, the way he was done on the cartoon Avengers Mighty Heroes, he was a much more interesting character. This guy is a very side, like the one Jeremy Renner's character is a side character.
No,
he's just he is like when he wasn't in Avengers, you're just like,
he's
not here.
Let me ask you this. What do you think about that? He was a side character, right? Mm-hmm. But would you watch a show with Robin, who without Batman? You may watch that
because he's actually
he's got his comics. He's got his own stories. And then which Robin are we talking about? Because there's like 3.
Well, I'm saying Robin's a side character.
4.
There's 4. Yeah.
But each Robin has a decent story. But
exactly.
Jeremy, in this Hawkeye in MCU, this Hawkeye has nothing.
But they never
got a family.
They never showed his family.
Like maybe you could say, like if you want to go as him as a SHIELD agent before the Avengers, because maybe this is why he comes something there. But
Hawkeye is even less than the Falcon in the movies. And the Falcon, what do you know about the Falcon in the movies?
He's a soldier, and they've done backstory with him.
It's not been that.
We know Hawkeye went to Budapest with Black Widow.
But the story there. But what I'm saying is, they don't really delve that far into the Falcon's past. They don't. They don't get. He's sort of he's sidekick to Katt, in a sense. I mean, you know what I mean. So, I mean, they could do something. They could always do something. Somebody's there to watch it. And honestly, if they did make something, we'd all watch it. We'd all watch the first season because we're all in the Marvel, whatever they do.
Might yawn on a Hawkeye though.
Yeah, but,
I'm definitely gonna yawn.
Well, listen, if we made it through Iron Fist first season.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but we were excited because it was like Iron Fist, so how can they mess it up? And then
after the 5th episode, you knew you were watching paint dry. You knew. In the first 2 episodes, you weren't sure. Is that paint drying? Am I watching paint dry? After the 5th episode, you were like, yo, this is definitely tank.
Yeah,
And then the
7,
episode-
8, and 9.
right.
You were like,
And then they had 13 episodes. Look at, was it 13?
It was 13.
of
It
them.
was.
13.
So now at that point, you're just like, yo, I'm just, because you know you're watching, you're probably on your phone too. Because
I definitely was.
Right. Yeah. So
I was
if,
texting y'all.
if they did Hawkeye, right? Could it be that bad? Could it be even if it is that
Good
bad? Yeah. So
That's a fair point.
yeah. That's
on Netflix, we've given Netflix kind of the Marvel seal of approval. Hey, you guys don't do me wrong. You haven't done me wrong, so I'll trust you guys have made it.
Listen, just Netflix alone.
DC, everybody's that seal of approval isn't there. So when they come out with a Joker film or something like that, you're like, I don't know if I'm going to see it. But Marvel, Netflix, you're like, I'll watch it. I'll see what happens. Like, people will go see Ant-Man and the Wasp because, hey, Marvel hasn't treated me wrong. Like, Guardians hasn't treated me wrong. So,
All right, that's a perfect segue for our next segment. So on Tuesday, we got the first teaser trailer for Brie Larson's Captain Marvel. And unlike a lot of the Marvel studio films, this one really tried to keep everything a secret. Like, it wasn't trying to spoil too much. It was just kind of giving you a little taste of what to expect, what's here, without giving everything away. What you guys think of it?
Well, I watched it maybe, an hour or two ago. I wasn't that impressed. I didn't, you watch these trailers, right? And you want to be wowed by a trailer, especially for a Marvel movie, a DC movie, any action film. You want to be wowed and say, yeah, I will go see that. Nothing struck me about this trailer. It was about as exciting as watching the Venom trailer for me, the first Venom trailer, because the first Venom trailer to me was just like, all right, nah, I'll pass. The second one that they've come out, the one where they're showing like right now in heavy rotation.
You want to see it now?
I don't want to see it.
Oh.
It's like I went from
right.
I did the right to if it's on cable next year.
Okay.
I might give it a watch, but that's maybe, right? This has struck me as the same. It's not like the Wonder Woman trailer, and I'm not just harping on the fact that it's the Woman comics, but that's what I'm equating to, comparing it to. Wonder Woman, I wanted to see out the gate, and it's not just because it was Gal Gadot. It's because it looked good, right? This one, it's just like, what is this? Is it a film trailer, or is it like an ad for, some female razors or something, like the Venus ad or something like that? It's like full of empowerment, and don't get all offended. Come on, Cupcake.
That's your out.
It was like a razor commercial. It looked like a razor commercial. It doesn't look exciting at all. It really doesn't. It's like, find her hero. It's like, come on, man. Don't be patronizing. Make her a superhero. Yeah. Make her a superhero. And that's what I'm saying. Don't take offense. It seemed a little patronizing. It seemed like it wasn't finding a voice of her being a real superhero. It was like, believe in her. It's like, okay, but give me something to believe in.
All right. What you think?
all right, I'm going to agree with Javon.
Careful.
I know. I have female friends who listen to this podcast and might say you're an idiot. And
of course. It wouldn't be the
occasional
19th time.
It seemed too much like Justice League, their trailer, when they're trying to be too cute with Superman, not showing him. It's like everybody who's bought into Marvel says, oh yeah, she's going to be awesome. But if I didn't buy into Marvel, I don't know why she's awesome. I didn't see her use her powers. Yeah. I didn't see her flying around fighting.
She was flying in the trailer.
I'm not seeing her. I'm not seeing her fighting
up with their arms.
Kree and the Skrull. Like, she's going to be the one Nick Fury calls when everything is going wrong.
That's watching the movie.
Yes.
You're not supposed to get all that.
Well, make me want to watch the movie. You got to make me want to watch it.
I like the trailer for the record, but if you were not a Marvel fan, you don't know what's coming. You don't understand this. I mean, first of all, the Kree was like a blip on the whole trailer. So you're just like, wait,
No,
what?
that's right. It's Kree and Skrull.
This is what I'm saying. The Kree and the
doing
Skrull.
the
So if you
Kree-Skrull
saw
war.
it, you were just like,
Was that?
wait, I didn't even, okay, there are aliens coming down. I don't know what's happening, blah, blah, blah. But we know it because we saw that split second.
Right.
So, I mean, if you're not a Marvel fan, I get it.
I'm gonna play the
only
angel's
problem.
advocate.
But hold on. That's the only problem I have with this one, which Marvel has never done before. They've at least drew non-fans in. Right now, they're just like, let's play with her hero. And I'm like, oh, now you're just being patronized. Like,
and
I
that's what
get
it
that
is.
part.
You don't think that? I mean, they've got this track record. This is their 22nd movie or 21st movie. People know by now if they're going to see a Marvel movie.
They're going to go see this movie.
And it's like
not
they
really.
tease her.
Not really.
I know you wouldn't, but
No,
they
no.
tease her in Avengers: Infinity War.
I gotta-
And they got
here's the thing.
people
I gotta
who've seen
know.
it.
Here's
All right,
the
hold
thing.
on. So we've got Infinity War. We've teased her at the end of that, and you see the symbol like, oh, okay, this is a person. And then we got Ant-Man and the Wasp, and it's like, okay, this is going to be the movie. Maybe like not to the same extent for us, but this is going to be a lot of women's Black Panther.
Sure.
It's going to be, oh, I want to see this. And I don't feel like Marvel did a lot of experience your blackness with the Black Panther promotion, but I feel like in seeing a lot of feminism material, it's more, hey, embrace you, take the reins of empowerment, where they have to talk a message and then do that. I don't necessarily see that her story or her hero is a big deal, but I know from reading Twitter, a lot of people really responded to that in a positive way. And I think that a lot of female audiences are going to be excited about seeing it for that whole embracing it. But we do bring up a point with Wonder Woman. They didn't do that. They just showed Wonder Woman as a kick-tail superhero doing her thing.
Well, that's the thing.
But
Even if you don't read comics, even if you aren't as submerged into the MCU or DCU as any of us are, or anybody else out there listening, you know who Wonder Woman is.
Mm-hmm.
You may not know who Captain Marvel is. And like we said with Black Panther, that was a built-in audience. All you had to do was show Jason.
No.
Hold on. Nobody knew about Guardians of the Galaxy. Nobody really knew about
Black
Ant-Man.
Panther, who I saw in that theater, were not comic book readers back
Yeah.
when we were reading
No,
comics.
this is what I'm
Right.
saying.
These were
But
people
that's what
my
I'm
father's
saying.
age, older
These
than
are
them
people
in that theater.
But that's what I'm saying. Black Panther, that was a built-in audience, dude. All you had to do is show me a brother and dressed up.
Yeah.
I'm there.
Yeah.
But I'm
there to
saying, I
support.
think it's going to be
If
the same
it's
kind of
Captain
thing
Marvel,
for women.
And even if
going to see it.
But even as a woman, if I don't know who Captain Marvel is, I'm thinking it's just another guy in a cape.
She's not even in a cape, but she's a
Without
female
seeing-
superhero.
I know what you're
Never
saying,
seen.
but if I've never seen it, I don't know anything about it. I'm just somebody.
It's the same deal that they did with the Guardians. I mean, Guardians is always the best example because it was a raccoon, a talking tree, two green people, and people still gave Marvel the benefit of the doubt. They saw it and they liked
people I
it.
know
Yeah,
were
but they
like,
sold it.
I ain't gonna see
But
that
they
movie.
sold it
and
well.
They sold it.
They
But
sold it as
did
a
they
comedy.
sell it off the first teaser trailer?
Yes, actually.
Yeah.
You think-
It was full of
Yeah,
action.
I know of plenty of
It was full
hipster
of
white
action.
women that they were like, I don't know much about Marvel,
Pratt
but
But
I
that
like
looked
this.
fun.
Chris Pratt with his shirt off. These guys are goofy. I mean, they
And it
aimed
looked fun.
right for the hipsters.
Yeah, and
They
it
aimed
looked fun.
and they did it well. This one, it feels like they're just throwing it. Here's my analogy: they're just throwing it out there because they know they can win, right? Just like Jay-Z and Beyonce, they stopped really making music.
They stopped trying.
Around 2004
Yeah.
is when they can act where they're actually rapping and actually singing.
Uh-huh.
Then every now and then they'll throw out a great hit.
Mhm.
But have they had an album you can listen all the way?
No.
No, sir.
So Marvel, I think, is at that stage now where we can't go any wrong. We can't do any wrong now. We're just going to throw this out there. And here's this half a trailer, which is something that I'm not used to. Remember, we were talking about this on another show. Whoever's doing their trailers are awesome. They must have fired that person or something.
No, I think this
This
is.
trailer was totally different.
We understand that this is the
I'm not
August
gonna
trailer.
not see it.
No,
I
no,
don't think
no.
it was a bad trailer.
No,
I think it was a bad trailer for
I
them.
was watching the trailer. I saw Chris Pratt with the shirt off. I was like, and then that raccoon with the shirt off. I said, I'm going. Anytime you see raccoon with the shirt off,
You gotta go.
I gotta go see it.
It's not a unicorn,
It
but
is, it's not a uniform. Go ahead with that. It's not,
No, we can't even put that on the air,
Alright.
man.
so for me, the whole thing is this is the
That's all
teaser
right, that's all
trailer, and this is August. the movie comes out in March. You know they're gonna have a big Super Bowl trailer, and that's gonna be the one that they put all the extra effort. But they had to kind of get a jump on things because Avengers 4 comes out in May, so they've got to start the Captain Marvel hype train earlier.
I guess so.
And then because we're gonna have a Captain Marvel and an Avengers 4 trailer at the Super Bowl, and they got to just keep pumping stuff out. So this is to get people curious. Hey, who is she? Oh, Captain Marvel comes out in March, so there's not a lot of time from Captain Marvel to Avengers 4.
You think this Captain Marvel's gonna be good?
I do. I mean, Marvel just delivers, man.
How can Captain Marvel not be good? No one's
I got
questioning
one thing. So, remember you said Black Panther had a built-in audience. Black Panther
That was
Black Panther had an audience, but when you saw him on Civil War, you were like, yes, I'm now 100% in. Like, even you would tell, hey, you might tell your grandmother, grandfather, somebody who's not in the comics, like, yeah, this person, I seen him, they did a good job, let's go to this movie. Based on this Captain Marvel, there is no built-in. It's not, and if it's built-in, it's just, this is Marvel's female superhero. I've never heard of this person. So and if you say like somebody in the 50s, oh, I remember Captain Marvel. Yeah, he's got the Shazam movie. It's coming out soon.
Right.
It's like, this Captain Marvel woman, I don't know.
And even certain generations in the 70s are going to be like Captain Marvel. Oh, Marvel, that's right. The dude. Because they didn't know her as Mrs. Marvel. But
Yeah, that's her. You're so faking. Because you always know us. Didn't she binary? Yeah. And Warbird, too.
You see what I'm saying? There's not.
This one is like, you see, like, if you just saw, like, the scroll don't look like the scroll you saw.
They're green.
You got to sell your picture.
No, I'm sorry. The Kree don't look like the Kree I saw in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So that's different than what I saw. Like, I don't know anything. If I saw the teaser trailer, there's nothing that.
Right.
It's like, oh, I see Phil Coulson and Nick Fury from old movies, and they look them.
And that'll be enough for some people to go see the movie.
True.
That's people who bought into
That's people who are really
female who has not listened. Who's not listened. The female who's ever listened to our podcast is not buying into Christ.
She's still not.
I got another question. When does Wonder Woman come out too?
That comes out next year.
Yeah.
I think not too long after Captain Marvel.
Okay, so if they're both gonna have Super Bowl trailers.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm way wrong. It comes out in November 1st. So
next year.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's way later.
I was gonna say.
Wonder Woman next year too comes out in November.
Yeah, but they have Captain Marvel and they have
right.
Aquaman, so they've got other.
You gotta spread it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Way too far.
But that makes sense, and that's what they didn't do with Justice League and Thor Ragnarok.
No, what I would do with this, if you DC and you really trying to get back or get some kind of footing, I'd release it at the next week after or the week
They
before.
would be killed. They did that with Justice League.
Can you imagine if they did that any time out after Black Panther?
I'm gonna say this.
That would have been.
I'm gonna say this. Black Panther.
That
yeah.
studio would have been shut down.
I'm gonna say this. Yeah, Black Panther. But this is Wonder Woman. And we've already established it. We've already established it, Brian.
And Infinity War then.
Well, here's the thing. When does Captain Marvel come out? March.
Captain Marvel comes out in March.
In March. If
like
you
the
would
first
release,
weekend. But they've got Shazam coming April 5th. The problem for that is Avengers 4 is coming out very shortly after that.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming May 3rd.
Right. Okay.
So it's going to be
Shut it
blockbuster,
down.
presumably.
Right.
So putting Wonder Woman in November, that's the smartest
It's a
move.
smart thing, but I'm just saying hypothetically, if I were to really test my metal, I would try to compete with their film.
They don't need to. They lost.
Listen. With Wonder Woman, you win.
But Wonder Woman was in Justice League. They feature her prominently, and they still didn't make a fraction of what Ragnarok did.
Justice League. We talking Wonder Woman.
But Wonder Woman was in Justice League. Like they made her the focus of the trailer.
Yeah, but nobody wanted to see the rest of what they had to offer. It wasn't a Wonder Woman movie.
I don't know.
Nobody.
How much did Justice League do? Honestly,
It did.
It did good numbers.
Because I mean, when
it made money.
Let's be honest. When we ask about we say Justice League didn't do as good as putting them against Marvel. But did Justice League turn a profit?
Right.
That's
Thank
the
you.
answer we need to start.
It made
asking.
money.
But the problem is that Warner Brothers didn't think it did enough. It made $229 million
Versus
domestically.
the budget, which was probably 200.
But internationally,
Now the budget's not available, which means probably 200.
Probably 200.
Maybe 230.
Oh wow.
Because they had to do
Worldwide,
the reshoots, remember?
yeah. Worldwide, it was 257. That was his total gross.
They had to do all those reshoots.
That's just do 257 million period.
no, it's just 500 million.
So did
Jeez.
500 million
Yeah, man.
altogether? Is that what you're saying?
657 million.
It did
Worldwide.
657
Worldwide.
million, right?
But let me pull up the
Alright.
So who
story.
did?
Justice League.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But this is my thing. So even if you spend 250 million on the budget,
Mm-hmm.
that's still a hell of a profit.
But hold on. So Ragnarok did 315
Domestically,
and
internationally.
then worldwide 853.
That's the Thor.
We
That's
almost
the
a
weakest
billion.
one.
The Thor movie.
I
That's
get
the
what you're
weakest
saying,
one.
but I'm not arguing. I'm saying, did they turn a profit
They did.
or didn't they?
But Warner Brothers execs wanted it to make the numbers that Thor did. And they were like, this is all of our heavy hitters. This should make $1 billion like the Avengers films did. Their problem was they didn't do any of the groundwork. They were like, let's slap together Superman and Batman in this movie. Let's throw Wonder Woman in here too. Let's
Which was
randomly put in the Justice League. And then we're going to make a bunch of money, right?
No,
I think they messed up with the Superman Batman movie.
they did.
I like the movie,
Royally.
but I agree the
Royally.
planning and laying out of things was bad. I think they needed to put out a Batman standalone, a Man of Steel 2,
Right.
a Wonder Woman standalone, give people a reason to be excited about them
About
coming
the
together, as opposed to,
Mhm.
hey, you know who they are, and let's do
And
their
that's
thing.
the same thing
Right.
I said. They jam-packed so much in the Batman versus Superman that it didn't incentivize you to care about anything they did after that.
Not with the other three. I thought they made you care about Batman,
Wonder
Superman,
Woman they did.
and Wonder Woman. The three main heroes. They did a great job with them.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they didn't need to cram in Aquaman, that random
All
cameo
right.
him.
All
Yeah.
right.
Him, Cyborg, and Flash. And then the Flash sequences in Batman vs. Superman weren't necessary either.
You didn't need them.
Yeah, because it's like, who cares?
Yeah.
And those other three, they didn't matter. But the
It's
other
just,
three,
Batman Superman left such a sour taste in so
Yeah.
many people's mouths. You
but
know.
it's a much better movie
It's not
with
bad. It's not terrible. You
gotta do the director's
you got to see
Yeah.
the
I
Ultimate
did.
Edition.
It's not. It's good. That's
Plus,
actually
Superman
good.
dies at the end of the movie. Like,
Yeah.
Which also doesn't help.
Yeah, so we
It
had
doesn't
one
help.
movie with Superman. The next movie he's dead in.
He's
Right.
fighting
Yeah.
Batman, and nobody really
Then
wanted
Wonder
Let me
Woman
ask you
comes
this.
out.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah, they really threw like.
Do you
4
think it
or
would have
5
been
comic
better
movies in
if
one.
they would have just focused on the Batman Superman fight, right? And then
Yes,
for
that's
Superman
exactly what they
2,
should have done. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And then for the next Superman, we do Superman versus Doomsday.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
then you have a 2-year thing where you feel like, okay, Superman's dead. And then you do Justice League after you've released the next Wonder Woman and the standalone
absolutely.
Batman.
Because that movie, the only problem with Dawn of Justice is that Doomsday fight. It's like, why? Because it's so good, right, with the whole Martha point.
Yeah.
And it's like, I thought that was clever. I know people like to hate on it, but it was like, nobody else thought of that. That was
Right.
something original.
Right.
And it makes sense for a mad, angry Batman to get shaken back to reality by,
Right.
oh,
Yeah,
wow,
our mothers have the same
you
name. Yeah.
have a mother. You're not
Right.
some
You're not some
alien that's
alien.
just killing people. Your mom is the name Martha. That's mine. Well lost. And if they had just ended it with them kind of coming to a tentative agreement, and then Superman, or we see Batman doing his thing in his next movie, Wonder Woman doing her thing,
Right.
and then Superman doing his thing,
Slow burn.
and get killed by Doomsday,
Exactly.
then they've got a reason to come together and fight
Justice.
because, hey, we were on the same page with Superman, and
we
with
don't have him
Superman
no more.
gone,
Yeah.
what's to stop the next Doomsday from
It's not
coming?
like they did that on the Marvel side.
They
Like, we have like
did.
years between
They
the
spent-
2 Iron Man movies.
Yeah.
Let's think about that.
They took their
When
time.
did we see Captain America? We didn't see Captain America until like
2011.
the 5th Marvel movie.
It was 3 years after Iron Man.
Right.
Yeah.
And then he led right into Avengers, and you were excited because it's like, well, shoot,
They just
we've
slow
seen
burned
these,
it.
yeah. And that's always the thing with Warner Brothers, and it's kind of cost Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill their roles in these universes because, not for a fault of their own, but because they wanted them to be the big box office draws and immediately get people out to see them in theaters, where it's like, nobody was tripping on Chris Evans as Captain America. People were like, oh, Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man makes sense. Chris Hemsworth as Thor? Oh my gosh, that was so great. And that's the dude from Star Trek who got killed in the first 10 minutes. No one cared about them but they made you care about these guys coming together by building it up slowly. And they didn't even need Edward Norton, and he started off the
which
thing.
I'm still,
Yeah, I am too, because I feel like he would have been awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like they took their time in DC. The heads of Warner Brothers are like, who cares? We got a blueprint. Let's do our own thing. And then we're surprised and it didn't work.
You just hit the nail on the head. They had
A blueprint. Yeah.
Marvel, DCU was just like DC Cinematic U anyway. We're just like, let's get this stuff out there.
Spaghetti against the wall.
We're getting beat. We got a league here. Let's go.
Sure. Well, like if they had come out with Man of Steel 2 based on the original Man of Steel, it wouldn't have drawn anybody back. I mean, it's like the first one didn't even break box office numbers according to what Superman should have done.
Correct.
A heroic Superman should have been up there with Marvel movies. It was successful, but it was not critically loved. Fans didn't love it. So, like, you can't find anybody who watched the original Superman with Christopher Reeves who doesn't say, "Hey, that is the original Superman."
Those movies didn't make a lot of money.
But that was the original Superman
ones. Yeah.
That's what we grew up on.
I wonder what their home box office.
Like
to Superman 4.
But Henry Cavill, he actually looks like Superman. You actually believe this dude can, bench press a house or something. A tanker. You think, yeah, no problem. That's probably what Superman can look like. But him when I really don't know if I should shave these people.
I don't know if I should save my dad when this hurricane's coming.
I can spin around
Tornadoes.
so fast they can't see me. Put my dad back there, and everyone has no clue what knows. That made no sense. Like, no, son, let me die.
Did he know at that point?
But see, the thing was, he didn't know what he could do.
He
wasn't using his powers.
What I'm saying, did he know he could move that fast?
No, because he didn't do it.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe he was one of those things where, and his father told him to stay still.
But again, like
That's not even close to the comic book.
if you're wrong,
He saved Lois Lane in a hurricane, and that's the first time he ever flew. That's a canon.
Yeah.
So of course,
I'm heroic. So
Yeah.
I'm going to do something even if it exposes me because I am heroic. Because
And I'm young and I don't know what I'm not capable of.
But even with that part, it didn't make the movie bad.
No, I like the movie. But it doesn't.
I did too.
I have it on, but as a larger audience, I can see why
it didn't draw.
it doesn't. It's like I don't really. It's like he's not the Superman I know. Right. This isn't something Superman would do.
I totally disagree.
No, because I remember
But the
watching
thing
it with
was,
my dad, and he said that that was different. That was his reaction.
and that was the thing.
That wasn't a good.
It was
It
was a different take on
Superman.
Superman.
It wasn't a comic book. It wasn't a TV show.
But people hated Superman
It wasn't even
Returns.
Superboy. It was just
Superman Returns is garbage.
But in Superman Returns tries so hard to be a Christopher Reeve movie.
Why are we even bringing that up?
No, that's because this is why. Because Superman Returns did nothing at the box office. People were like, "This is lame. Superman sucks."
It was the Superman.
It was the
homage to Christopher Reeve.
Exactly.
It was silly. Stuff that wasn't going to happen.
Stalker Superman.
Yeah.
But the problem was it was so similar that people were like, we've already seen these better with Christopher Reeve. So when DC tried it again,
illegitimate son, illegitimate father in that situation.
That
storyline was
was
just
terrible.
dumb. And then at the end, please, I say this every episode, every time we bring it up. At the end, this Bama's gonna be like, they were like, "Oh, will we see you? Yeah, I'll be around." And he flew away.
Yeah. I mean, it was straight comic book.
So you're like, "Yo, your son is literally in that bed right there."
I think the best part of that movie was
pedophile Kevin Spacey.
No, when he got shot in his eye and they showed the bullet.
That was cool.
And that was in the teaser trailer.
Yeah, that was it.
That's what drew me in.
That's what got you thinking.
That's what drew me in.
And then
trailer.
After that
I
part,
didn't see a fight.
when you saw that part, you was like, "Yo, that was nice." The rest of that movie was chocolate bad.
But see, the thing was, you look at Man of Steel after you look at Superman Returns, and it does everything opposite of Superman Returns. It is.
There's a fight.
No, because it's like we have a
There's
fight.
no fight.
Yeah, so there's a big fight. Superman uses his powers several times when he's fighting Zod and Zod's crew, and we have more of a relationship with him and his parents. We show that we make Superman not a perfect person. He's more realistic to modern audiences. And we can disagree if that was the right call, but every move of Man of Steel was a direct response to the reception and reaction audiences have for Superman Returns.
That was a bad move.
And I think a lot of it wasn't Marvel.
For Man of Steel?
Yeah. A lot of it wasn't Marvel. People weren't going to see it because it wasn't a Marvel movie. People used to Marvel by that time had built this brand, and it's just matter of fact. So
it messed up because it came right the year after Avengers.
Well,
and Avengers is like the pinnacle of superhero movies. So it was like, well, nothing's gonna be any better than that. And Man of Steel was a solo movie, no Justice League, no Batman, no anybody else. And it was like, okay.
I'm one of those who thought Avengers was just okay.
Somebody showed up at a party with some Tito's vodka. Right? So here's the thing. You've been drinking Grey Goose. I remember it was just Grey Goose and Belvedere one time. When we was coming up with right. We were young. So we drank Absolute. Then it became the Grey Goose and the Belvedere. And every time you showed up to a party, you had Grey Goose and Belvedere in your hand. Then after some time, Ciroc came in through Pup, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, you're going venturing off. You got 8 Degrees, so-and-so, yada, yada, whatever. Tito's, yada, yada. But the first time you saw some Tito's on a table at a party, you're like, who want this? Who want this to stand next to the Belvedere?
What is hooch with the twist off cap?
Exactly. And so what I'm saying is, you have these Marvel movies, and people are used to these characters, and then you try to bring in some Tito's vodka. And people are like, man, I don't drink Tito's. I don't drink
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I'm not sure if I want to drink it. And so with Superman, it was a good movie. Man of Steel was good. I don't care what anybody
I like Man of Steel.
We all laugh at me when I rented Green Lantern, and we have our different opinions. But Man of Steel was
yes, but you're wrong.
You have Green Lantern?
I do too.
Do you own it?
Yes.
I'm trying to get rid of it.
I own it. It's on the shelf over there.
I'm thinking of one right now. And so that's what happened with Man of Steel. Then with Man of Steel, so people came and said, it's not Marvel. So then they came with Batman, Superman. So you went to the movies, but Batman, Superman, it was too soon for that.
Mm-hmm.
There was no building of the brand. There was no Puff shaking the Ciroc bottles in his hand, giving you that introduction to this new vodka. You know what I mean? So
and
now,
also, folks, it's like initially, it's like as soon as it came out, Ben Affleck was not the Batman they wanted.
He wasn't.
It was jacked up because he was really good.
He was not a bad Batman, but he wasn't the one you wanted.
Sometimes like how Marvel made that great casting of Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. That's Iron Man.
What did they want?
They wanted
Christian Bale back.
That's exactly it.
I'm gonna be honest. I want Christian Bale back. I'm like, word, he's gonna. Are they doing it again?
There's no reason. I mean, like in that timeline, like, why couldn't Christian Bale do it?
Because
we doing the same thing, so our hopes were up.
He wasn't really part of that.
I know.
Yeah.
We know now. Yeah. I mean, we know now.
But he didn't want any melding of his world, his Batman, with anything else at DC. He was like, I don't want these cats. There was a title only. He was like, hey, throw your bone. Hey, they gave him a call one time. What do you think of this?
Can you stop an actor from from offering it?
He's loyal to
Nolan for so many other movies. Yeah, other movies too.
Okay.
Prestige.
Yeah. Okay.
And he works with his people.
Has Christian Bale worked since Batman then?
Yeah. American Hustle, tons of stuff.
Okay.
He's been hard at work.
Because I don't remember, I can't think right off the top of my head what Christian Bale has been in that I've watched.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Okay. So it is what it is. But what happened? Oh.
Yeah.
So that's all. I just, I feel like they came out with Batman Superman too quickly. Mm-hmm. They should have built something. Even if they came out with a Batman story, a Wonder Woman story, then dived into Superman 2, then dived into maybe the Man of Steel 2. The Man of Steel 2. And then from then on, did whatever they were going to do. But like I said, there's no one to introduce them to the brand. So Robert Downey Jr. was an excellent pick because he was on his comeback tour. He had just finished that, to me, in my mind anyways, and it was perfect, he had just done Tropical Thunder.
That was after Iron Man.
Right?
He did Iron Man and then Tropical Thunder. So he was doing
So he was on his comeback tour as far as getting back into acting Sherlock Holmes. There we go. So Sherlock Holmes he did. Excellent Sherlock, because Sherlock Holmes was good. And I like the second one too. Came into Iron Man, right? Because he was just getting back. You're like, oh, Robert Downey Jr.'s back. And then as us as older people, we remember him from the 80s. When we used to watch all those Robert Downey Jr. teen shows.
Zero and all that.
So now you got your Robert Downey Jr. introducing you to the brand. You're like, okay. So Iron Man came out, excellent movie. Your man's back. He does Tropic Thunder, which was excellent again. I laughed. I couldn't. Even Robert Downey in blackface had me laughing. So we go through to the next joint. You know what I mean? And he's just an ambassador of the brand. He brings everybody in. There's no ambassador. There's nobody that brought you into DC universe. So
the funny thing is, like, I guess DC tried to correct this way too late when they tried to get Henry Cavill to do a cameo. And Shazam is like,
have you seen Shazam? That sounds like a comedy to me. It just, I'm sorry, man. I don't care what you guys tell me, and I don't care what you want to feel, and we can step out on the porch and just go where we know. That thing right there looks stupid as hell.
It does.
So you can't tell me that they got this big, bungling, idiot-looking Shazam running around, and then you ask me, who did a serious movie, you know what I mean, to come in and make a cameo in some comedy. You know what I mean? You can't do that. You come in to make a cameo in no comedy. There's not gonna be no serious act, no thespian to come through. Shit, I lost my train of thought.
You're saying, like, you're not dropping me into the comedy.
Right.
When I'm trying to be just like, I'm trying. If you want me to be the ambassador,
right,
don't put me in this stuff I think is gonna be done.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. Put me into something that makes sense.
You want to put me in Wonder Woman too?
Right. If I do serious movies, I'm a serious guy, and then you say, well, we're gonna drop a comedy brand. This is you. Yeah, don't want to get in there.
Like,
you know what I mean?
Looks like it's gonna be
you know what I mean? Yeah, because I mean, I'm sure to him in this situation, that's like a serious actor showing up in your favorite porn movie. You know, he's just doing a cameo in there. When's the last time you seen a serious actor from his own brand show up in a porn parody? Oh, looks like I walked on the wrong stage, everybody. All right, and then he walked out.
Ian Zerling in a Sharknado porn.
Exactly.
It's like, I don't buy this.
And this is what I'm saying. So I wouldn't have done it either. I would have been like, yo, I'm not going. I've seen the trailer. First of all, it looks like it's for 3-year-olds. You can set your 3-year-old there. Here's some popcorn. Let me know if you need anything. Here's your juice box. Enjoy Shazam.
You know, it's gonna be funny when you like the movie.
It might be. All I saw was the trailer. Mm-hmm. And the only thing I can speak of right now is the trailer. But for as far as I'm concerned, that trailer, it looked dumb to me. Okay. It looked like he had fake muscles or something going on. He was padded. Like, why you padding? There's a million zillion ripped, muscular actors out there. Why do you have these bulbous pads on for this actor? Then you got his hair slicked back. He looks stupid. That's just, and y'all saw listen, audience, if you saw the thing out there, the guy looks stupid. So I don't know, the movie may be great. The movie may be usual suspects great, or Shawshank Redemption great. It may be a great movie, all right? But the trailer was not great. I don't care what you say, how you say it, who you want to say it to. You tell your mom, you tell your friends. The trailer was some garbage. Shazam looked like some garbage.
Hey, Chief, I'm with you 1,000 because when I saw him for the first time, you ever been to Grauman's Chinese Theater and you see the guys out there dressed up like superheroes?
Yeah.
That's what Shazam looked like.
So DC needs to go back to it's like, hey, let's build some brand, build some of these guys, make these movies, and we can actually get our audience in there. We can get the Justice League. We can get these Marvel numbers. We just got to put the work in. It's not going to happen instantaneously just because everybody knows these characters. And if they correct that, they'll be fine.
All right, let me move on. We started off on Captain Marvel, and then we went all the way into the DC universe. So we've got this Birds of Prey movie coming out. Margot Robbie, she's going to be doing this, and it's going to be Harley Quinn with some other big-time DC superheroes. And Black Canary is one of those members, charter member of the Birds of Prey. And DC and Warner are taking some very interesting approaches to this. And, you know, Black Canary is probably one of the few, I guess, blonde superheroes in the universe next to Supergirl. And so they've got, for this one, Journey Smollett-Bell and Juju Mbatha Raw up for consideration to play Black Canary. And that's kind of interesting because that is a super diverse, you know, just mindset for Black Canary. Because, you know, blonde hair is like one of her, I guess, signature elements, kind of playing up the thing. So these are two cool choices to me. I'm sure the small heads are going to lose their minds over this. But what do you guys think about these two in the Birds of Prey movie? Or one of them. One of them is going to be Black Canary. And which one do you think would be the best choice?
Journey Smollett and
Juju Mbatha Raw.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
I guess they're gonna have a blonde wig. I mean, it has to be kind of. I mean, it's Canary, so I'm curious on that one.
Yeah.
Canary blonde.
They don't like blondes in the DC universe though.
That's true.
I mean, because the Arrowverse is like brunettes, even though everybody should be blondes. Javon, what you think, man?
Either one's a good choice. I don't know how you can go wrong. Journey Smollett I don't know how often she's in projects. I just don't see her.
The last joint I saw her, we saw that she was in. Let me say, I didn't see that crap. Temptation by Tyler Perry.
I saw that crap.
Yeah.
she was actually pretty decent, but that movie was trash. Someone's trash. Terrible.
No, I think the world of her. I've seen her in The Great Debaters.
Yeah.
A couple of them, like small movies I've seen her in. She's been doing this since she was a little kid, so you ain't got to tell her how to act. Exactly. You ain't got to tell her how to act.
Yeah, exactly.
And same thing with Juju. Because it's the way it's spelled.
Right.
I'm sorry, Juju. I remember she was my fantasy back when, what was that show she had with Captain Cranium? What was this dude's name, man? They were the spies. There was the Black Star couple. What was his name? Brainiac. What's the dude's name, man? Boris.
Boris Kojo.
Yeah. She was the only reason I watched, not because she's easy on the eyes, but because she was just good. She was just good at it.
What was that?
It was a TV show on, I think, NBC. She and Boris Kojo had.
She is quite
J.J. Abrams was the producer or something. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. But,
So either one, you can't go wrong.
So the Huntress is on this too?
She is, but I'm going to break down the Huntress cast options.
It's supposed to be the Huntress.
So this is Juju Mbatha Raw. I think Harley Quinn's going to be the one that they put in.
Let me say this. Like, if you try and make this whole thing Harley Quinn vehicle, it's not going to work.
She's a villain, or she's
in the Birds of Prey.
I think she's going to be
That doesn't make any
leading
sense.
and organizing the Birds of Prey.
That doesn't make any. See, Marvel's messing up again, man.
It's not Marvel, man. It's DC.
I mean, did I say Marvel?
You
I'm
did.
sorry, that's my fault. That's a Freudian slip. I prefer to watch them now.
We used to be like DC people from Marvel, just made such
They make better movies. Yeah.
And you just kind of default.
And now
I think
DC makes
needs to
better
stick to
comics.
their animated universe, because this just sounds like a bad idea.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
here are the choices for Huntress. Mary Elizabeth Winstead, Kristen Melody, Sophia Botchella. You guys may know what they are more than their names. Sophia
Elizabeth Winstead. I mean,
Okay.
From
Die
Man
Hard.
Saves the World.
Yeah, Scott Pilgrim. Yeah.
I love that movie.
That's exactly who she is. Kristen Melody was in How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, she was the mother, right?
Right.
Okay.
And then Sophia Botchella is Kingsman.
She's Lancelot?
No, she's the bad villain. She's the one on the legs.
Oh, yeah. For the first one with Samuel Jackson's bodyguard.
Right.
Okay.
And she was in Hotel Artemis, too.
That's all. But okay. I think
right.
it worked for.
Which one should be Huntress on this one?
Well, I'm a Winstead fan. And I like the girl from either her or the girl from Kingsman.
Okay.
Those I know that.
Yeah.
I know that brand.
Yeah.
So
Betty Gilpin.
Kingsman.
I'm actually going to go with Kristen Maloney.
All right. It's an interesting mix of characters on there.
I get what they're trying to do, but having Harley Quinn organize it
That's the one thing that
seems a little off to me.
Only because the Harley Quinn, the character, she's playing the same character from that movie Suicide Squad, right?
Yeah.
She was a little off in the movie. She's not
Leaving no squad.
Yeah, she wasn't quite right the whole movie, and then so for her to come out as the leader of the crew, and she's halfway, crazy. She's halfway Joker.
Right.
Doesn't make any sense.
Right.
You know, she takes orders. She doesn't give them.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I would say out of those that you said, I would say like the Hundreds will probably give orders. To be honest with you.
Right.
Like whenever I see her, she's always whooping ass in every comic that I see her in. Versus, you know, Black Canary, she's a little, to me, she's on the softer side. You know what I mean? More charming.
What?
She's
supposed to be like the best.
Yeah, she's a fighter. She's the best fighter.
No. That's the Batman, obviously, but you know. Wow.
Yeah, I guess the problem is if you do Black Canary is the leader based on the casting decisions, are you going to have a whole lot more black? I mean, because it's like if you make that casting, you basically tell them 100%. Shut your Facebook off.
Right.
Shut your Twitter off.
Right. Yeah.
Just stop it right there. It's not going to work. Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
So either way would work, and I would actually like to see Black Canary as leader of that squad, even more so with these casting choices. So, yeah. So that's what I'm working with that one. We got some casting news on the DC Arrowverse crossover. Jeremy Davis, I don't know how many of you guys lost.
Who was that from Lost?
He was, so like the crew that came in to the island late. He was the professor, like the nerdy professor dude.
People kept crashing on the island?
Yes.
That show that's probably why I never watched it. That show was terrible. You know what I mean? Like, every once in a while, somebody would show up on Gilligan's Island. Or they would always make it off.
And why you leaving?
You know what I mean?
It wasn't quite like that. I think it's on Netflix, right?
No, I took it off.
Oh, well, Chief,
okay.
I would highly recommend checking it out.
Who's Jeremy Davis?
He is going to play, rumor has it, he's going to be Dr. Destiny. And that's the only way that makes sense in a Gotham City set crossover that also involves Superman, Lois Lane, Batwoman, Arrow, Flash, and Supergirl.
Okay.
Lois Lane's going to be played by my Dixie Tulloch.
Yeah, she looks, that's one of the better, at least, comic to live action casting choices they've made in a very long time.
She actually married the dude who played the Grim.
Oh, that's his wife.
They married.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because she looks just like Lois Lane. Like, they have one, like her first picture on IMDb, it's like, wow, that's Lois Lane right there.
There it is.
Maybe they should have put her into the movies.
What?
I like Amy Adams, but I never thought that she was a great Lois Lane.
But the TV show people in the movies.
Yeah, I was saying before they cast her. It's like, Amy Adams is a great actress. But if you think of how long you want your franchise to go, if Henry and her are different of, let's say, maybe 5-8 years in Hollywood, that doesn't work in terms of their numbers. They're just like, nah.
Well, I mean, if you think about the original, we grew up with Margot Kidder. She was hard. There was no pretty Lois Lane. Let's be honest.
She was about it though, yeah. She was about it though. She was like, look.
Nobody went home thinking about Margot Kidder afterwards. So, you know, maybe.
Can you read my mind?
Right. So, you think what I'm thinking? I'm like, no, Margot. Nah, you're good. You're good.
I'm just trying to fly you around.
Maybe 8 years from now, she turns into Margot Kidder and nobody cares. Like, hey, that's Superman's girl. Who cares?
Well, what I'm saying is like the Amy Adams. First, I mean, the thing is, it's like Amy Adams. If you were going to run a 10 to 15 year franchise, you had to worry over it. She might not look like the part.
Well, but
like that's, I mean, remember, like we had like Superman is, if especially for the folks who are like, oh, why didn't Superman ever get with Wonder Woman?
Get a tough looking. You can get a tough looking Lois Lane. She doesn't have to stay awesome. You can. No? I mean, no. You probably think so 8 years from now when she starts to get that Margot Kidder hardness about her, you're just like, you know what I mean? You're just like, hey, I grew up on this. This is what I know this.
You know she's dead, right? Didn't she just die?
Yeah, she just died.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
God rest her heart, face soul.
No, I'm not saying, hold on. I didn't say she was ugly. I said she had a hard look about her. So,
no, there's a difference.
Yeah, I'm just saying she had a hard look about her.
Hey, we say ugly. She got a
strong face.
She's
got a strong
features.
Strong features. That's all.
I'm getting back to Justin's original point. Like,
that's good.
Jeremy Davis is Dr. Destiny. Because I just watched Justice League Dark and kind of was going with the Dr. Destiny story. That storyline could work in Jeremy Davis, from his time in Lost, is a good actor, so that should work. It's a good casting.
Yeah, you know he's not gonna have a cool costume like he does in the comic book, which is cool. It's the skull, man.
I know.
Nice.
No, I'm not. I'm thinking they'll somehow, where everything that should be dark is going to be light. He will not have a cape, and he will have a happy face instead of a skull. So, yeah.
So you watch The Incredibles? You don't want a cape. The first Incredibles told you about wearing a cape.
Told you all about them capes. Caught up in the turbine.
Now, Superman can get a cape because it's not going to hurt him no matter when he gets sucked in with his cape. But don't, this cape business.
You don't want the cape.
Yeah, you don't want the cape.
No cape. All right. So Bob Iger, who's the Disney CEO, he had an interview. I don't remember which outlet. Maybe it's Vanity Fair. But he talked about a lot of things with Disney. He said, listen, we haven't second-guessed our decision to fire James Gunn, and we're looking forward to having more diversity in our films. Black Panther showed us that's important. And as far as Star Wars, hey, I made the wrong call to pump out too many Star Wars movies. The buck stops with me.
Whoa.
And, yeah. So
Really?
we're going to hold back a little on our Star Wars films.
Let's just kill this canon, this universe.
No,
Have them go into a wormhole that actually mimics the books and all the other stuff.
Yeah, how about
Go
that?
from there.
I think they should make episode 9 fast forward in time and have an old Rey be a bitter Jedi who wants nothing to do with the young, plucky LGBT character who comes up to meet her and wants her to teach her in the ways of the Force. And then it does. And then Finn, we've learned, has a relationship with a droid, and Poe is now a evil member of the 18th realm order. Yeah.
But that would make no sense, and we wouldn't know where they were going with that.
It's okay.
There's the sarcasm there. Yeah, okay. This canon made a ginormous mistake with 8. 8 didn't tell you anything.
7 didn't tell you anything.
7 didn't tell you anything. No, 8 could have told you. 7 wouldn't have been so glaring if 8 had told you those points. So we could have gotten that. So,
now you know who Rey's parents are. They were nobody.
Oh, good.
They were a mirror of her and a weird, funky 80s special effect.
In 10 minutes.
That was a long time.
That was a long time.
That was 10 minutes.
Nothing.
Because it felt long.
Tell you nothing.
All right. I'm telling you what they should do. Hold on. Why is everyone? Hold on.
You did
whatever it is.
You see me? I'm.
Listen. They should go back and do Clone Wars. And just do, we already know what happens at the end of the Clone Wars, but if you watch the cartoon, or I don't even know, is it animation? What the hell is that?
The animation, they're actually redoing Clone Wars as a TV show.
Yeah, but see, that's nah. So if they do Clone Wars as a movie, couple of movies, you could throw 3 movies of Clone Wars in. You could take off from the point where the Clone Wars started, do all the battles with Obi-Wan, Anakin, so on and so forth. You could fit some movies in there that would go perfect. Just up until the time where, and they end up the final Clone War movie. They do 3, and the final Clone War movie where the last one, Revenge of the Sith, is that the last one? Where Revenge of the Sith, like you see, like the beginning of Revenge of the Sith has the last Clone War.
Like they did.
So it takes off right from that moment into Revenge of the Sith.
Like with, what do you call it?
Cartoon.
Road 1, how they bled into.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, boom. Then you can, so first one starts right when the Clone War starts, right?
So you're saying kill off the new canon.
Who?
You're saying kill off 7 and 8.
No. I'm not even changing the
different trilogy.
I'm not even saying change the universe. So once you started where you started, you can go. You just even as they did the story now, which is of course we all agree, Chocolate Daddy. The Luke. Don't get me on that Luke bullshit again. with the projected Luke. Don't get me there again. I'm saying where the Clone War starts, that's where you start the original. This is where you start the new Clone War movie. It starts in the what episode did the Clone Wars start?
Attack of the Clones.
Attack of the Clones.
Yep.
So has Attack of the Clones is ending? You put something in the new Clone Wars has just so you realize, oh, they're transitioning straight into this movie. Then it's all about all the players, So you see the more of an influence that the Emperor has on Anakin, right? Mm-hmm. So you see them becoming tight in it. You got my man died, but
Christopher Lee.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to do somebody for Christopher Lee. But there's a lot of old guys out there. Maybe bring Sean Connery out of retirement or something. Anyway. Sean Connery, that's cool.
I actually am excited about that now, Chief.
Yeah.
I want to see your movie of Clone Wars.
So then we do the whole Clone Wars thing, and then the last Clone War movie ends right where Revenge of the Sith starts. So you get 3 more quality movies out of your Star Wars franchise. You know what I mean? Movies that people want to see instead of the way it's tracked off now.
Exactly, because I think that was the problem with Solo. I liked Solo, but I feel like not a lot of people wanted a Solo movie. It was like, who cares? We just want to see him as a smuggler, meeting Luke and Obi-Wan and Mos Eisley. I don't need to know how he became a smuggler, who broke his heart when he was little. I feel like a lot of people, at least on websites that I check out in the comment section, want to see an Obi-Wan movie after Star Wars or after Revenge of the Sith to fill in some of that gap. Your McGregor is great.
And here's the beauty of what I'm saying. Now, if you do the Clone Wars, at some point you can bring in the new Han Solo. You might not have a big part of the movie, but he's doing something out there.
Mm-hmm.
So, as you see this happening, it's just something that
I feel like the age difference is a little off.
The young Han Solo. Han Solo's young in the movie. It's that time limit, ain't it?
Attack of the Clone. Okay.
No,
Revenge of the Sith should be 20 like.
Well, maybe you're right.
Yeah,
You may be right.
like,
well, Chewbacca's still alive.
He's 100. He's 175.
He can be in there.
He can be in it.
Yeah.
You have some more of Yoda. You get to see Yoda fight. There's some Yoda fighting scenes. There's some Mace Windu fighting scenes.
Right.
I mean, you've got these people, these heavy hitters for Star Wars still out there that you can bring in, make these 3 clone movies, and people get what they want. They want Jedis.
Lightsabers.
They want lightsabers. They want
the war
action,
the fighting.
Right.
They want Star Wars fans want a defined storyline that makes sense to put over 3 movies. This new movie, if you were to write this in a book, you wouldn't say, "What the heck am I actually reading? What are you telling me? What's going to happen in the story?" Like right now, we don't know that, and that wide open is not fun. It is. I've watched 2 of these movies. I don't know why we're doing it. I don't know any of the backstory on any of these characters, and you have
Or why I should care about these characters.
Right.
So,
and we don't care about these characters.
let me ask you this.
Unlike what happened with the end of Empire. With
how did the rebels screw up the universe to let them back into the First Order? Like that is unexplained, and that's like,
and that's a big thing.
And where the hell is the Emperor? Ain't he supposed to be cloned? Isn't he supposed to be the supreme leader?
They killed, but they didn't come up with like, hey, let's ask one of these really, like, why don't we ask Timothy Zahn to write 3 Star Wars novels, 3 Star Wars books, and make those the actual new movies? He could have done it. He's done it before, like the Heir to the Empire. That should have been there. They could have done the Yavin Bond War. That would have been a very useful.
So that's what I was thinking. I was like, oh, what's happening?
Yeah, I was thinking the Yavin Bond War.
Like that would have been the Galactic Republic's been stable. It's been stable since Luke and his Jedi allies have brought peace to the galaxy, and now a new threats here. But I'm all in. I don't need to. You told me the backstory I need to know. Like Jedi stabilize the galaxy. New threats here. Go. Show me the new threat. This new one, I don't know anything about these guys. So
it's like a whole other company just took over the whole thing and just decided to do what they did.
That's what it should.
You know what it reminds me of?
Yeah.
Remember when Voltron switched from the Lions to
the spaceships?
With the cars?
Yeah, we all spaceships now.
Yeah,
Star Wars is all
you didn't
spaceships.
know a damn thing about what this was.
Yeah.
That is an excellent point.
Yeah,
if you could pump out new Star Wars movies, it's just like you gotta make it so people have a reason to go see them. Not just say Star Wars. Like, Star Wars is a brand no longer gets people to the movies. You gotta give them a reason.
And that's
to go see
damn shame.
Well, they screwed it up.
Yeah, they got no one to blame.
But
No one
themselves.
themselves.
That's 100% them.
Let me ask you this: is there a way to fix this?
Yeah.
Is there a way?
I told you the wormhole that goes into the universe where the book canon is still happening.
You know what they should do? They should have Deadpool come out and then shoot them while they're making the plot.
No.
They should shoot J.J. Abrams and tell Ray and Kelly Marie Tran not to make the movie. That would work.
Thanos comes into the picture to
Just snaps at all that.
That works too. I mean, we got lots of ways to fix it.
fix your movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be great at the
movie.
beginning of Star Wars, you know, with the scrolly.
You just see dust. The scroll turn to dust.
It's just like Thanos affected this universe too. Dude, let's go back.
Forget all of what you
go
just
back.
saw.
Everything you saw. None of
Last
these things.
5 hours of garbage. you
Thanos
watched.
uses the reality stone. Luke Skywalker did not go crazy and try to kill his nephew. And Han did not willingly commit suicide by going up to his crazy son.
His crazy, apathetic trust fund baby of a son. No, none of that happened.
Sorry, and Princess Leia is not here right now, but okay. She was one of the half of the universe that didn't make it.
They could do some things, man. They could take off where the last episode 3 ended, and then do a new thing with Luke before he opened up the school. Going throughout the galaxy, dispatching the rest of.
That was one of the books.
That was the whole.
That's
what I expected to see. Like what happened with that. We expected.
How powerful did Luke get?
He's great. Well, he can project himself.
Well, yes,
Man, I had a hell of a, to me, what I thought was a hell of a fix, right? A hell of a movie. Okay, all right. So we know about the Skywalker, not the Skywalker, but the Solo children, right? Mm-hmm. And the Skywalker Academy starts. Kind of flip it. You do the best of those that came from the book world and from the Knights of the Old Republic, because they had a really good story about. This was Cold War 2, I think, right? Where 2 of Luke's students, one of them could have, to me, one of them should have been one of the Solo children that still had some of that dark Anakin, like, insecurities or what have you, and one of Skywalker's other students who could have been from one of the who's the people that are force sensitive at birth.
The mirror Lucas.
Right.
Florians,
somebody, I don't know who, but they were thick as thieves throughout their training, right? But they went to during one of their wars and one of their trainings or what have you, when they were young, when they were in their late teens, they go and get involved in this war, and this savage war, and the Solo kid sees that, okay, this is horrible, we got to put an end to this. Now, the Solo kid could be the master manipulator, whereas the force-sensitive kid could have the power. Like, this kid is untapped. Like, the well is endless with him. He can be whatever he wants to be. But he got manipulated into doing something like on KOTOR when they destroyed the planet. This kid destroyed the planet, but it was actually Skywalker's, the Solo kid who made, concocted that whole thing. And they had to answer for their crimes, right? The Jedi Council. And Luke, being embarrassed, angered by it, and all of that, they banished them both. One, the Solo kid seeps further into the dark side, whereas the other kid realizes the pain that he feels causes him to exile himself.
So, again, that's the story right there. It's like you spelled that out.
But guess what? I'm not done.
You spelled that out. What could have been
Disney needs to pay at least 2 people here.
Right.
Now I know.
And
I got a story.
I got more.
Okay.
So we see the paths, right? The one kid, the kid who's gonna come back and wreck shop, exiles himself and says, "Look, man, I did something terrible. I just want to live me a quiet little life as a trader over here, kind of like Ray's character. I'm just scavenging, just trying to, do my thing." But he's so in tune to the Force, he still has a connection to Luke, right? Mm-hmm. Whereas the Solo kid is like, man, I'm going Emperor. I'm going ham salad. I'm trying to find the old Sith text and all that. There's a conflict. Something happens. One of the other Solo kids gets killed. When now you only got You had 3, so now we got 2, right?
Yeah.
The Jaina.
The twins and Anakin.
And the daughter, the Jaina, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jaina's the one that's like, she's her mother, basically. And unfortunately, Luke he doesn't have the soldiers that he needs. So he keeps trying to reach out to that kid, the Force sensitive, like, please, come back, we need you. It's never too late for you. And the kid's like, man, Solo is joined forces with the Yazan Vaughn, and he's building an army. But what he says, look, I'm going to go against the Sith text. I'm going to train Sith like they just train Jedi. Mm-hmm. But I'm still using them anyways. They're my army. I'm not going to have an apprentice. Yeah. I'm not going to really have an apprentice. He's evil personified, this kid. Mm-hmm. And then what you have is this the other kid coming back into the fold, slowly but surely. And then you can build the love story between him and Jaina Solo and all that. To me, that would have worked.
You had to have something that none of the heroes looked bad. And in 7, all of the heroes looked bad. Terrible. And that's just like you cheat on everybody and like acting like you did. Like,
that's just rain.
It's like that's just and then 8 finished the job, and then everyone didn't. 7, you kind of like, wait, did I just get? Wait, that was rain, right?
Wait.
And 8 is when you figured out that really wasn't rain. Right?
Smiling.
Not even clear.
And now you're just like, I don't know if I really want to see now. What do you have results?
I don't care.
Like,
I don't care.
They're going to explain everything.
It has to be like 10 years, like Kylo Ren and now the Emperor. Like, what?
Jason, when they went to Space Monaco, I was done.
Yeah, they went to Space Monaco.
Done.
Race some cows.
Race cows. Benicio del Toro backstabbed them twice for no good reason.
Right.
Then Laura Dern's master plan to drive the.
All right, I can't talk Star Wars anymore. All right, I can't do it anymore. Gosh, it's so crazy because I feel like I've been totally switched over from Star Wars being my favorite franchise to 100% Marvel Studios. Like, there's no wavering. There is no conflict.
That's cause for part 2. Defend your movie.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about some of the big highlights or big headlines for this week. Kevin Hart was on the Breakfast Club and he responded to all of Katt Williams' comments. And we checked it out. We listened to it. We watched it. What do y'all think about what he said? Because Katt Williams went in on how Tiffany Haddish didn't really earn her spot, and he was kind of talking about Kevin Hart. But basically, fellas, what y'all think?
Yeah, Katt was a little off on the whole Tiffany Haddish thing. I mean, Kevin Hart was just speaking all truth. I mean, there was no tea spilled. It was just truth. Like, it was just like, all right, exactly. Right. You messed up your own situation by doing stupid stuff. The end. Now, did Wanda have it coming for, coming at Katt for no real reason like that? Yes. I'm not going to knock that.
In her defense, broccoli can't be tricky to get right.
Everyone on the air, apparently, we should never eat
just broccoli.
It's like Wanda's. Anyway, so we're going to...
Careful, might pull a gun on you.
Look. Yeah, that dude don't want that one. Anyway, so, yeah, Katt was all within his rights to go after Wanda on that. Right, but prior to that, he was talking crap about Tiff. That doesn't even sound right to me. I'm like, why are you going to down another black woman? Why are you going to down another comedian? That and a black comedian. Come on, man. That just sounds salty and jealous because you messed up your own situation.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, when I first watched the Katt interview on V103, I of course you're gonna laugh at the way he clapped. Well, I hate saying that. I'm not saying clap back. I just said
we too old for that.
We too old for that. Of course, don't come on, Chief. Don't do that. Don't do that. Look alone said you mother.
I just looked up. I want no trouble.
But no, Katt was being a comedian, and part of it was funny, but he was talking reckless and really out the side of his neck, right? Kevin Hart, look, I've always said this. I'm not the biggest Kevin Hart fan. I like Kevin Hart more when he's just talking as a person. Not as when he's trying to entertain as a comedian. When he's just talking as a person, that dude is funny. He's funny and insightful. And if you get a chance to watch that interview on the Breakfast Club, man, there's no darts, venom. This is reality. This is the reality of the situation. And he spoke the truth, and he told it as it was. And for Katt Williams, I always say this: anytime you out here, we know you do. You on drugs? You out here getting choked out by 15-year-olds? You reckless as hell. So yeah, I take everything you say and or do with a pinch of salt. You really ruin your name as far as what to believe out of you other than the crazy nonsense that you up to all the time. Everything you do to me is subject to a question. So yeah, Katt Williams being Katt Williams.
Just listening to Kevin Hart was saying, it was like, hey, he had an opportunity, he had a moment to shine, he didn't take advantage of it. That's on him. And everybody here has had that one moment. We know, hey, if I don't see us on this, I have to look in the mirror and talk about me, not blame everybody else's screw ups. I 100% had the opportunity. I screwed this up. Call it on me. And listen to Katt Williams' interview. He was like, well, all these people I tried to get on didn't get on. It's like, because people didn't trust you, because you screwed up. It's like, don't blame everybody else, blaming the white man in Hollywood. It's like, yo, man, you were in those meetings. Like, I mean, I know for 100%, like, you got them shows and all them other stuff. Like, some of them struggling cats did not.
You ever been guilty by association?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, so, and Kevin, the folks know, like, Kevin Hart's people's like, yo, Kevin makes us money. You trust her? I'm gonna bring her in. Oh wait, she brings us money. That's who I want to trust. That's who I figuratively want to get better with. The person who makes me money versus
that I can count
somebody
on.
who I don't know. I mean, there's some of the stuff I don't know these people, but it's like when you hear this, if this is the reputation I have, I'm not gonna mess with you. So I think that Kevin Hart did a very good job of, hey, I'm pulling cards. I'm defending my team. Your defense is, your record is everybody to see is our defense. I'm not telling a new person.
Jace wants to get in bed with moneymakers, Chief. What do you think about it?
When you find that people are not living the way and you'll find this in people at your jobs, people in your daily life, people in your family. We're not happy with themselves and what they're doing. They have something to say about everybody. Everybody. So, it is what it is, man. As someone starts to drown, they grab onto anything that they hope will keep them afloat. And sometimes, it's you. So sometimes you got to go underneath, bring the drowner down. Once you go underneath that water, he'll let go. You swim away if you can't save him.
You know what? That's a good point, because let me be clear, and I'm sorry, Wanda and dude, but I've never heard of your show before this. It's all right. But I've heard of the Breakfast Club. So if Katt Williams is on this show and then everybody, Haddish and Kevin Hart is on the Breakfast Club, that says enough for me right there.
Right.
Who is this? Who are these people again? Like, where do they syndicate? Because they're not in the D.C. area. No. That's a pretty big area.
They're in Atlanta. That's
I don't remember them in Atlanta, and I lived there for 4 years. Is that new?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And they take over from Tavis Smiley because I think he just stopped, right? So maybe that was it.
If you're a comedian, then you're able to take a joke. So that's another thing about her.
Yes.
So first of all, she came for Katt. She's the one who started it out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? When you talk to Katt Williams, for example, Jeff, he runs the show, but if you talk to Jeff, he says some things so facetiously, so sarcastically sometimes you don't realize he's clowned you until your brain says, hold up, Jeff just got you.
Right.
So on that note, when you talk to Jeff, that's what's going to happen at some point during the conversation. He's going to hit you with one of those. When you talk to Katt, at some point during the conversation, Katt is going to say something in that conversation where he's saying something that he's above you. You know what I mean? Now, as a dude who jokes a lot or whatever, I don't care. It doesn't bother me. As a comedian, if you're a comedian, that's what you do. You shouldn't care. You know what I mean? So for her to get salty because Katt may have said something and then go in on him, and then don't expect for him to come back, and then get even more angry. It's just, you need to get out the profession itself.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You ain't no comedian.
Yeah, because I don't know how the rest of you guys we used to work with. We clown each other every day at work.
Right.
You can't work outside as a technician at my job and be soft-skinned. They will punish you. They will wait for you in the morning. I'm serious. They will wait for you at the door in the morning, clown you. I've seen Jews at my job get clowned so bad that they stopped driving the cars that they were driving that we started to clown. They stopped driving the car. That man made you stop driving your car. It is sitting at your house right now. You're paying the note on it, and you stopped driving because they told you it looked like a girl's car. You know what I mean? So, and every time you came outside at the end of your shift, there was some teddy bears with some cars around it. So this is the thing. If you're a comedian, you can't have that sort of skit. If you're Katt Williams, then what you need to do is start to get back on track. First, start speaking fast. Second, get back on track with your comedy. Because I haven't heard, everything I hear about Katt Williams is never good press. Mm-mm. You're always in the midst of some Suge Knight. You hang with Suge Knight. Right. You're doing things you're not supposed to be doing as a person out there trying to get your money. So you're not showing the shows. You're Lauryn Hill. You know what I mean? With a better perm or natural, whatever it may be.
Let's move on to something that I'm curious to see if you guys will think is equally funny. Now, Destiny's Child, the group that everybody, yeah.
It's funny itself. That group doesn't exist.
Right. So Michelle Williams is going to have a reality show, and this reality show is going to feature her as she prepares for her big day. What do you guys think? For me, I'm happy that Michelle's getting a payday because,
She got kicked out.
No,
that was when the group dissolved.
Yeah, when Beyonce was like, wait, I'm Diana Ross.
Which one
and
was
rolled out.
The dark-skinned one that was...
She was the one that's unimportant. All you need to know is Beyonce, and then the rest are unimportant.
It was Beyonce,
Kelly Rowland, and then
Michelle.
The mother.
Right.
Okay.
The mother one. So Michelle Williams made it to the final cut.
Yeah, she was one of the last.
She's still down. She's done performances with Beyonce and Kelly at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Beyonce gonna be on the show? No. Then why did anybody care?
Wait. Well, Beyonce has done some things for Michelle, like on her Christian album. Beyonce came on with Kelly, did a song.
But
she did another song on the other album. I think Beyonce seems to be the kind of down friend that.
So wait,
it's 8 episodes.
Whatever episode that she's on,
maybe
that's the same time people are tuning in.
Yeah, she ain't gonna be on this.
Just show me the wedding,
right?
And I might watch it. That's an album.
Who cares about Michelle?
This is your friend.
This is your chance to care about Michelle.
I don't care.
And this is probably one of her closest friends. She'll be on an occasional episode.
And
really
Michelle,
so?
if you or Kelly are listening, the reason why I don't care about you is because it ain't even about Beyonce. Because you don't care about me. You don't know me. I don't know you. I don't give a damn what you do. Do whatever you're doing, just like I'm doing what I'm doing. Nobody cares.
So only one of you have a reality show that acts as if someone cares. I get it. Yeah.
Right.
No, I get what you're saying.
You know what I mean? I'm like, hey.
I can imagine Beyonce not being involved. Because here's the thing. They're not the type to do reality, her or Jay. To me, that seems like that would be beneath them, even if it's on own. None of the stupid Tyler Perry shows.
No more Tyler Perry shows.
I don't watch Tyler Perry.
I never.
You know how I am.
He did give Jeffrey Owens a job.
Who?
Good for him.
Who?
I'm actually happy about
He was
that.
bagging groceries just fine. Now everybody had to clown him, and then let me give you a job.
Honest work.
If anything, that's patronizing. Oh, let me give you a real job.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying, though. Listen.
That's what I'm saying. He won, but he lost because of the Tyler Perry thing.
Yeah. So,
if he does get in one Tyler Perry movie, he could probably be in another 10. So
this thing is the thing.
That's it. That's a photo. But he was still acting.
Yeah.
Right? That's just the in between grabbing groceries.
Different names, same character, all 10 movies.
What's Victoria Raoul doing?
He said that he liked bagging groceries because it gave him flexibility in between his acting schedule.
It was relaxing.
You know what I mean? That's like the Walmart greeting. You know what I mean? That's flexibility right there. Hell, welcome to Walmart. Oh, they even got to do the Best Buy when you walk in now. He's just standing there at the desk right there at the front of the store. Hey, welcome to Best Buy. I don't think he does anything but talk to the cop who stands next to him.
That's it.
They got him there to keep the cop coming.
No,
What's that job
on the swivel.
description?
On one side they greet people, on the other side they check their
Because
seats.
he's never stopped me for my receipt.
Never.
Yeah,
Never.
Well,
That's a
sometimes I
Walmart
go to the
stop.
black. Sometimes I go to the white neighborhood. So I'll get stopped.
Really?
Yeah,
Because what happens with me when I get stopped for the receipt is after they stop me for the receipt, I stand there and then I make sure they stop the next few people coming out with their receipts. You know what I mean? People with me hate that. Because I'm
I'll do
okay,
that
you
too.
stop me for my receipt.
Stop him.
I said, I'll wait. And then you better goddamn well check
Yes,
the
indeed.
next 30 people coming out. And I'll wait.
I need you to check Karen,
and then you
Susan.
check them for their receipts. And then
No, you damn right, because you're not going to give me the Negro treatment.
Sir, we're still there. I'm just checking, sir.
This policy is in full effect.
I'm just saying if you're going viral, Captain.
We are right beside you. You could have turned your head so I got to see you.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, it's not like you're like more than like
Right.
feet away.
Right.
The cashier's right
You saw
there.
me at the cashier.
You saw me there.
You saw me stick this stupid thing in there,
Right.
the stupid chip thing, and just wait there.
Like a moron.
To make that damn sound.
Waiting for card accepted. Please remove your
To
card.
make that
I
sound.
thought the eliminate the pin number. I still got to put my pin number in there. Because in Europe it don't work like that. Whatever. Anyway,
Yeah. So this is the thing. So that's what I'm saying, man. You know, it is what it is, man. You know, they got to check out. Damn that.
Anyway, for sure, I'm not interested.
No,
I'm just like, I'm good. I mean, live your life. Congratulations.
Was it Bernie who made that sound? Somebody at the podcast.
I'm gonna hold on to my manhood just a little bit longer by ignoring the OWN network. You know what I mean? Just a little bit longer. You know what I mean? Eventually, it may come the time where I gotta wear Pampers again and everything, and I make some sound like my man here. That's fine.
At the same time, what are you gonna do? You know what I'll do? I'll be watching season 1 of Iron Fist before I watch Michelle Williams.
Yeah,
Let's watch some paint dry, so might as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way, I
mean, like, who-
this paint dry. I know
And
the
plus,
comic book, the
I'm gonna
story.
be honest with you. That seems like it's not trashy enough. People like trash TV when they watching that kind
Love
of
and
stuff.
hip-hop.
Right? Love and Black Ink. I don't care where they film, is the trash of black trash. That is garbage. And when did VH1 become just black trash TV?
When they decided to make money.
When Viacom bought BET, VH1,
All of it.
all the level of content went down dramatically.
Oh, terribly.
They said, hey, we aren't working on whole new content. We're giving you trash at the cheapest possible price.
So we're closing in. I know I have at least 2. Do you guys have any nominees for Dummies of the Week?
Cat got to be your first dummy.
I was going to go with Wanda.
All right, go ahead. Serve up your dummies.
I mean, we already went in on Wanda, so I don't have any
Okay,
more
so Wanda was your dummy.
yeah, I mean, why you go in on somebody and then think that what you thought it was going to be a one-way conversation?
Negatory, good buddy. Chief, you got one?
Nah,
I'm gonna go with Mr. Vontae Davis, the dude who decided to retire.
Oh my God!
Vontae Davis. Like, I mean, this dude said, you know what? I don't need this concussion, none of this. So
You see the dummy of the week playing,
I mean,
playing for the Bills?
it's almost I almost split this for the Buffalo Bills for signing this guy for a year contract. And he resigns. He retires 2 games in. I think the Buffalo Bills is the dummies of the week. He might be the smartest person of the week.
I agree.
It may be a little old, maybe a little over a week, but to the Weather TV or Weather Channel newsman that was really hyping the winds and everything going on. Now, granted, it was still a hurricane. It was massive destruction and loss of lives. We are very apologetic and very sad about that. But the fact that my man was out there feigning to hold on to the earth beneath his feet.
Oh yeah.
As people were just casually strolling by. Like, dude, this is what we talk about when we say doomsday, the doomsday, if it bleeds, it leads for news. Look, Stop paying attention to that garbage, man. Y'all got to stop doing that. You got people actually believing things that y'all doing when you really just siphoning. So he gets the big dummy of the week.
All right, y'all can help me figure out which is my worst offender here. So Julie Chen is the host of Big Brother, and she just exited The Talk, the show she was on with CBS pretty much since its inception. She left because of all the stuff going on with her husband, Les Moonves, who left CBS after all the allegations of sexual harassment came out. People on Twitter were upset because she started signing off on Big Brother as Julie Chen Moonves, as if she's supposed to go, I'm done with you suckers. You guys are right. My husband's wrong, and I'm not going to stay with my husband. So it's kind of weird that everybody was all like up in arms with that. Like, you can't
she never, it would have been almost inappropriate for her to say Julie Chen Moonves, which is probably her legal name. It's like, when my husband is running all the CBS, so y'all think I got this position based on who I'm married to, when that's not the case.
Right. So, but my other one, who I think is going to win, but I just need your guys' help on this one. Kim Kardashian and her husband, Slaveway Kanye West, said they disagree with the practice of social media showing the number of followers that somebody has because it sets a bad example and it affects people's self-esteem. Knowing completely 1,000% Kim Kardashian's fame is attributed to a sex tape, to her social media status, which gives her all of this limelight and celebrity that she's enjoyed all this time. Now she's like, nah, I'm good on it. I don't think we should show how many followers people have.
Because she's not number one or whatever the heck her brand used to be. Right. I mean, it just comes to a point where it's like, just like in politics, you got to stop listening to somebody. Just because a dog is barking in the car, sometimes you just got to let that dog just like, you do what you want. Like, just, some of these celebrities just talk to say crap. Like, so those two, I'm just going to move away from. I'm actually going to talk more about Julie Chen for leaving The Talk, because when any allegation was made about anybody else's husband, male, they were real quick to get on. Like, so they were just, oh yeah, does he need to apologize? Let's hear it. Now it's your husband. Whoa, that's a little hot in here. I gotta get the hell out of here. Like, you could take what you've been given for years, and now you need to leave. That's kind of lame. So
I haven't watched The Talk, so I don't know what she's.
But they do.
I know her fellow co-hosts have talked about Les Moonves. They're like, the dude has a problem.
But again, when it was somebody else's husband, you could sit back and say, oh yeah, I'm moderating and anything. But when it's actually one of your friends, or when it's actually somebody personal to you, you can't have a conversation.
She said that she was leaving to focus on her family.
Oh, really?
That's what she said.
Again, I don't want to talk about it, so please, I'm peacing out.
Whatever. I've said this, and y'all gonna have to go back to this episode to remember, because I definitely said it in writing on social media. Somebody's wall, I don't know. She's sticking with her man until she knows that golden parachute's coming, and then she's about to roll out. That's it.
So we'll see.
She's still the dummy of the week.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go with Kim and Kanye for their ridiculousness.
I can't. You know why?
They're so dumb all the time.
Thank you. They're ridiculous.
They are.
I'm so amused.
What?
I'm like, I don't know.
But the whole thing is the chick and her ridiculous dude go. I mean, they base so much of their fame off their social media, and then they go, it's not that important.
Right.
It's just ridiculous.
I mean,
it's like you're full of it. If you had 70 followers, it would matter.
Okay.
And no one would hear from you. They care about you.
But that's the sad part about it.
Last week was complaining, or reportedly said that she wishes she didn't have a big butt, and she cries about it every day. I'm going to call horse.
And she's getting injections.
She just goes to the gym and focuses on her squats.
If you didn't have it, you wouldn't be who you are. You're complaining about.
No, if Ray J forgot to bring the camera, she wouldn't be where she was. Sorry.
Well, that plus social media. I mean, come on, man. After that, they use social media to kind of get their own platform out there.
Yeah, she was trying to hang around.
One of theirs. Yeah. To the tape.
Then it was Paris who?
Paris, yeah.
Right.
All right. Well, that's it. We wrapped up this special edition, but in celebration of our big show, last week's issue 50, we're popping champagne.
That was not a sound effect. That was actually a champagne bottle. Thank you, Chief.
Somebody play that Ron Brown song.
As we pour this bad boy out, this episode of Lyles Movie Files has been filed.